Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I get to share with you a project for LDRS Creative using a few new items to the LDRS Creative Shop. It's part of their May release and they are fantastic and lovely. I get to play with this little stamp set today. It's called Nuts About You. You get the cute little fox holding the cupcake, which is adorable. You get a squirrel with some acorns, mushrooms, birdies. There's even a little trunk. They'd make a great tree image or even something for your little critters to sit on. But love this little stamp set. We're going to use this today to create a project. Now I also wanted to share with you a few new stencils as part of the May release. The stencils are wonderful because they are scene building. The first one I'm going to show you is called Rainy Day, and there is a lot as part of this release, and this is just a few of the items. But the stencil is, like I said, scene building. You can see here on the back what the stencil does. It has a cloud border on the very top. I'm going to open it up and show you guys what it looks like. But if you like creating cloud backgrounds, real soft and subtle, you have that edge on the very top. And then on the very bottom, you have the grassy border. So you can stencil in a nice soft grassy border along with the clouds and the little raindrops. This stencil here, I didn't use today, but I wanted to share with you what it looked like. It's so pretty. You have the hillside border on the top with a little scene. This one is called Coming Up Daisies. You get tulips and the little daisies. Here you can see it better in little color images, but you get that adorable little fence, my goodness, and it will fit a landscape styled A2 size card, that fence well. But I just want to share with you a few of the new items, and I'll link it down below, the LDRS Creative Shop, in case you want to go check it out. But for today's card, we're going to stamp the little fox here that's holding the cupcake. Love my cupcake, so we're going to make a fun and pretty simple card today. I'm just taping my backer sheet to my stamp. I like doing this. Usually I do it off camera, but it just, if I do it before I open the stamp set, I can line it up perfectly. Once I remove the backer sheet and do it afterwards, it seems like I always get it crooked. Okay, we're going to stamp our little image, or our larger image here. You can see the size of it. I'm putting it on a panel that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. This panel is made with Neenah 80-pound cardstock. I'm going to ink up my image with my Mini Raven ink cube, which I've mentioned before. It's drying out a little bit, so I have to stamp it a few times. It is a hybrid ink, so it's great for alcohol marker coloring. I do suggest that you let your ink dry really well, because otherwise it does smear a bit. But I stamped it a few times and we are ready to color. So I left the coloring in and the caps out for you guys. I'm going to play a little bit of music while I color, and then when I'm done coloring, I will get you back. Okay, coloring is all done. Now I'm just using my white gel pen to clean up where I went outside the lines. And then I thought while I had it out, I'll just add a few little highlights with my white gel pen, just making it pop a little bit more. The coloring, I'm not an expert. I wanted to let you guys know. I just color the way I think it looks great for me. But I think he turned out really cute. I'm going to add some little white sprinkles to my little cupcake. And then I did fussy cut him out just using my scissors. So we're going to set him aside. I am going to take a black marker though, dot his little eyes to brighten him up a little bit. But we'll set him aside and we're going to work on a background. I'm going to be using a die set that is part of the LDRS Creative Shop. It is the Eyelet lace rectangle die set. I cut out my background. And now I'm taking another piece of white cardstock and we're going to do a little bit of shading using the cloud stencil. And this is the cloud edge is on the smaller side, so it's perfect for smaller scenes. But I'm using one of my mini ink cubes here. This one is called Swimming Hole. I'm just doing a little bit of shading with my blending tool, and I did use post-it tape to cover up the solid image of the clouds, only because I was afraid that I would get that ink from the inside piece of the stencil. So I'm just doing this whole panel, and I really didn't need to do the whole panel, but once that's done, you can see how soft and pretty the little clouds are. Now the die set that I'm using has this rectangle die that is perfect size for the inside of my eyelet lace panel back there. So I used that to die cut out a smaller cloud panel. After that's cut out, I'm going to be using my tape runner, and we're just going to go ahead and adhere that to our background. The eyelet lace rectangle die set is just so pretty and dainty, so I wanted to keep it very soft. Once I adhered my cloud background, I'm going to add some foam tape behind my panel here, and then we'll place this on a A2 size card base. There's two sentiments in the stamp set. One says, of course, nuts about you, the name of the stamp set, and then the other one says sweet. So I thought the sweet went perfect with my little cupcake. Okay, now I'm going to add some foam squares behind my little fox here, and then we'll place him in the lower left corner. Once he's adhered, we're going to stamp our sentiment. I wanted to bring in a little bit of the brown since my fox is on the brown side, so I'm using just white cardstock. I just trimmed a thin strip out. I'm going to take the sweet sentiment and stamp that with my iced tea ink cube. We'll stamp this. I'm going to trim down my panel just a little bit more so it's nice and so it's the perfect size for that sweet. And then I'm going to fishtail the end on the right side, and then I'll trim down my sentiment so I can tuck him underneath the cupcake. I think that'd be perfect. I am going to add some foam squares behind here, do a little tucking, and I think they look so cute. Kind of pulls that brown off to the right, evening it out. Now I didn't want to do too much because the background had that beautiful lace look, but I do want to bring in some sparkle. So I'm using my Nuvo Aqua Shimmer pen and adding a little sparkle to my clouds. This way when you tilt it you have that shimmer. I'm going to add a little bit to his scarf and then to my cupcake liner, and then I did also do the little cherry. But that's my card for today. A pretty simple card, but I think it packs a lot of punch with that little cute little fox there. I thank you so much for joining me. I encourage you to check out the brand new release over at the LDRS Creative Shop. A lot of fun elements in here, and next month I'll be creating some more projects with those. I wish you a lovely day. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.